That's about as well as you're going to execute that play. And, of course, they got a huge gain out of that one.
First and 10 Rangers in Garland territory. Nice drive here going on their first possession. Snap to Perales, handoff to Cunning to the right side. Boy, still keeps those legs moving. He picks up about 5 more. Just good, tough running from Cunning as he's hit, you know, after about 1 yard, 2 yards on the play, but able to push forward for an extra 2-3 yards.
And that offensive line continues to kind of make some creases there, because I've been watching them the last couple of snaps, and they are kind of moving them out of there. That's going to be a real challenge for Garland.
Man in motion comes and snap to Perales. He's going to hand it off to Cunning. Big hole to the right side. He's going to have a first down and more. And finally tackled it around the 19. That's going to move the chains.
And I'll tell you what, that was Justice Perales they ran right over there. You know, watch Justice, number 55 there. You know, he was able to clear a path, and they got a first and 10 from the 19.
.7:35 remaining here in the first quarter. First and 10, Naaman Forest at the Garland 19. There's a snap, the handoff to Cunning up the middle. Big yardage once again, and he's going to be tackled at around the 11-yard line. So that's a gain, or actually you're going to mark him at the 10, so that's a gain of 9 more. And I'll tell you, they better get a push in the middle. And well, I'm talking about Garland, or Cunning's going to have a big night.
Well, this is going to be a real challenge for Garland this evening, because Naaman's got that big, strong, physical offensive line up front, and there's some pretty good athletes there, too. And then, you know, Cunning coming at him. It's going to be a formula that's going to be tough to deal with.
Second down and 1 for the Rangers. There's a snap to Perales, hands it off to Cunning again. Much better job by the Owls this time. No gain on the play. It's going to be third down and 1.
Actually, they did a heck of a job that time, didn't they? Made some good penetration and were able to get to the ball carrier right away. Oh, 15 came off the edge there. Who was that? That was Michael Landon.
So a loss of a yard actually on that last run. So third down and 2 now for the Rangers. Send a man in motion. There's a snap to Perales. They hand off to Cunning, and he's going to push his way forward for the first down. It's going to be first and goal, Naaman Forest at the 5.
Boy, this is just pure power, tractor pull. Power on power. And right now, Naaman's getting the best of that one.
Well, a good methodical drive here for Naaman Forest to start. Garland had a 3 and out on their possession. There's the handoff to Cunning to the left side. Boy, and he just again runs over a Garland defender, falls forward for a gain of about 3.
Of course, he's 215 pounds. He's not exactly a small back in there. And he's pretty powerful too, but there you see right there, he was initially hit about the 5 and dragged the play down to about the 2.
Well, most of these yards coming on the ground. We've seen that, you know, 2 passes, one to start the game out to Jason Flores, and then again a second one when it was third down for Naaman Forest early in the drive. All the rest has come on the ground. Cunning to the left side. He pushes his way forward. I believe that's a touchdown. It is Naaman Forest.
Touchdown, Rangers.
Isaiah Cunning, a 2-yard touchdown run, and the Rangers strike first.
Red Rover, I'm coming on over. That pretty much is how that played out. Just straight ahead power.
Extra point attempt coming up here by the Rangers. Number 42, there's a snap and hold. Kick is up.
Tyler Manley
is good. 5:14 remaining. Isaiah Cunning, most of the legwork on that drive. Our score, Naaman Forest 7, Garland nothing. We'll be back after these messages. Nice drive for the Naaman Forest Rangers on their first possession. They drive 75 yards for a touchdown, capped off by a 2-yard Isaiah Cunning run. And well, Cunning did most of the work on that drive. 9 carries, 46 yards, and the touchdown. Jason Flores had 2 catches, 26 yards on that drive. But boy, Cunning, a great job with his legs behind that big offensive line.
Well, you know, that's going to be a combo with that offensive line and a great running back. That's really going to be tough to deal with. And they just went right through him, you might say.
Kick is going to come down to Carter at the 25. He's going to try to return it, but he's going to be hit and dropped after a return of only about 3 yards. They're going to mark him dead at around the 27.
Well, Steve, I was about to say, you know, they just went through him. Now, early in my broadcast career, stuff like that, I used to say they went right through him like Sherman through Georgia. But I guess later in my broadcasting career, I started saying like Patton through Algiers. But either way, you get the point. They just went right through him like they weren't even there. And
Yes,
that's going to be an awful huge challenge for Garland, because they have got to deal with a huge athletic offensive line, a great running back, and that may be a tough combination.
So Garland on offense for the second time. There's the throw out. Boy, and the pass is incomplete. Looking for number 18 that time, Keelan Davis. The first pass attempt for Norwood goes for naught. Second down and 10 Owls.
Boy, and the big thing here is they really do need a couple of first downs, give that defense just a breather over there.
Well, it looked to be a pretty good throw that time. And here we go, the handoff to King coming outside. Boy, nice run here. There is a penalty flag that comes out.
Well, it's right in the area you would expect that they're going to call a hold. But let's see. Yeah, it looks like it is a hold. But, you know, of course, that's a big explosive running back, too. And if they could start utilizing him, they could even the odds pretty quick here.
So the holding call does go against Garland. That will negate the first down run by Keontae King. There's a look at head coach Danny Russell. Sure, not real happy with that penalty calls. It's going to move the Owls back, set up a second down and 20.
Boy, instead of 1st and 10 from around midfield, you're all the way back to your 18-yard line. So that did hurt.
Snap to Norwood. They're going to hand it off to King on the draw, trying to get outside to the left. He's going to lose yardage back to the 14. It's going to set up third down at 24.
They had him corralled, you might say that. And now I don't see that they got much choice but to throw it, but we'll see what they do here. But, you know, Naaman had every exit and entrance covered on that one, so not much doing. But boy, you know, certainly shows a lot of potential, though.
And there's a look at the head coach, if I could talk right. Jesse Perales. Here we go, third down, a long throw, looking downfield. He's got a man out there, but overthrows him by a couple of yards. That was number 83 for Garland, Javian Hudson. And another 3 and out here for the Owls, something they desperately did not want.
Well, they need to get that defense a little bit of a breather, because now Garland's going to be coming right at him. And of course, Coach Perales there, he's the only guy I know beside myself who's ever been to Silver City, New Mexico. That's where he went to college, and I actually was through that city a few times. Nice little town on the, you know, oh boy.
Yeah, here's the punt off the side of the foot of Chauncey Carter. It is going to take a Garland roll. But boy, look at this. Naaman Forest is going to have the ball at the Garland 34 to start this possession. Already leading 7-0. Now they've got great field position. See the look here from Carter. Yeah, just comes off the side of his foot.
Boy, and they're in a position, they got to turn the momentum somehow now, because right now everything's moving the way Naaman wants it to, because they've got a huge advantage in field position right here.
Yeah, we've got a break here. So we do have another broadcast here tonight. And so we will have some of those TV timeouts for the broadcast. So we'll just keep it here. Kevin, yeah, so far in this game, Naaman Forest has really taken control. You know, they held Garland to that early 3 and out. Garland punts the ball. You know, they get it 1st and 10 at the 25. They drive it 75 yards, really without any problems, mostly on the ground to Cunning. And then they just held Garland to their second 3 and out. So far early on, everything's going Naaman's way.
Well, and here's what I'm anxious to see this drive right here. You know, Naaman was so effective running the ball that first series that the run support has to be getting up there. And if the run support starts coming a little bit too quick, that's when D'Angelo Paralis could go to work carving up that secondary. And so I'm anxious to see just any adjustments that have been made there. And if D'Angelo's throwing the ball, of course, he's empty in the backfield now, so they certainly intend on throwing it here.
Yeah, empty backfield here unless they have a design quarterback draw. But here we are back to action. Oh, and Paralis loses the handle, tries to get what he can, and he's going to lose about a yard. So low snap that time, and Paralis gets what he can, but he's going to lose a yard on the play.
Well, there you see it right there, and Paralis didn't do a bad job at all of getting something out of that, because, of course, that's any quarterback's, I guess you would say, nightmare, a loose football back there. Do I just fall on it, or do I try to make something out of it?
Number 2, Ivan Garcia in the backfield along with Paralis on this possession, and they're going to hand off to him. He's got some room out here, and then he tries to get outside in the corner, able to get off the block and come up and make the tackle after a gain of only 1.
Boy, coming up there and make a nice tackle was Terrence Green. And so they're in 3rd and long, and this is huge for Garland right here, because Garland needs to see if they can try to get him off the field. Of course, you're in that gray area, too, where if it's 4th down, Naaman might ought to just go for it, because you're not going to get that much punting the ball. You're probably too far for a field goal, so why not just roll the dice a little?
We're back to an empty backfield here. There's a snap. Paralis, here comes the pressure from Garland. He's going to throw it deep and overthrows his receiver.
Took a hit there, too.
Yeah, did take a hit. No flag. It is going to be 4th down and 10, and we'll see, Kevin. I believe you may be right. Unless they want to try to pin him deep, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Rangers go for it here on 4th and 10.
Well, they're at the 34-yard line. If you kick it, it goes in the end zone. You've gained exactly 14 yards. So, you know, why not just go for it?
Yeah, they tried to get him off sides. Let's see who the penalty is against.
Well, Garland better hope it's against Naaman, because they had a man wide open out there, but of course whistle blew.
Yeah, they got Garland for offside, so this makes it a little easier. Instead of 4th and 10, it's now 4th and 5. Potentially changes what you do offensively as well. Again, Naaman's going to keep the offense on the field here.
Now they're at the 29-yard line, so they're pretty deep in Garland territory, but Garland needs to stand tall right here to get the momentum turned.
Yeah, the problem now is Naaman is kind of confused on what they want to call here, so they're going to have to use one of their timeouts. So the first charge timeout for the Rangers here in the half. Why don't we take a quick break with them? Our score, Naaman Forest 7, Garland nothing.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Back from timeout. 4th down and 5 for the Rangers. Split backs in the backfield.
First time we've seen that tonight.
There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Cunning. He's going to have the first down. Or is he?
Well, they pushed him back. I think he got.
Well, he had to get to the 24. It's going to depend on the spot here.
It is. It's going to be pretty close. Okay. Now, Justice Paralis is indicating it's a first down.
Well, they're going to bring the chains out. It's really going to depend on where the nose of the football is. The chain looks to be right on the 24, so if the nose of the football is on the 24, should be enough for the first down, but this is going to be close. Here's a look at the replay. Yeah, there's the hit.
It's going to be real close. It's going to be real close.
I'm going to call he's just a little short, but we'll see once they stretch the chains. He's a little short, I believe. Yep, Garland football.
Yep, Garland held. Now that's huge for Garland, obviously. Because if Naaman kept on rolling and they got up 2 scores, that's a little bit more of a problem to deal with. But they've got an opportunity here, and they've got to get their offense cranking. But they've got a running back that can do that. And I'll tell you what, if I were the defense coordinator Naaman, I'd be a little concerned about that right now. Even though they've got him 3 and out both times, you know, that's I guess you would say way Garland could certainly get right back in this football game.
Well, they've got a chance here, and just like you said, Kevin, they really need to pick up some first downs here, boy, and that first down run going nowhere. They're trying to run up the middle. Not much going on there as King's going to be stopped for no gain.
13 Bridges for the defense.
And unofficially, Garland with only 4 yards of offense here through almost 1 quarter of play.
Well, they got 7 men in that box, so.
There's a snap, but we're rolling out to throw it. He is going to throw it to the sideline, but is unable to complete it. He was looking for number 81, who was open on the play. There's Blake Grant, but pass just goes out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down and 10.
So Naaman's been in the right place at the right time. 3 possessions right now. If they get him out 3 and out again, you know, that's something that can break your will. And so they're going to have to see if they can apply themselves right here, and it's going to be tough because Naaman has really looked good on defense tonight.
Third down and 10 for the Owls. There's a snap. Norwood looking to throw. He's got all day. Now the pressure comes. He's going to try to escape, and he is going to be tackled for a loss of a yard. So Naaman's defense continues to come up big, and Garland's going to have to punt once again.
Well, this is 3 and outs, and you know that is going to be a tough way to, well, from a lot of standpoints, you know, your defense just had to play their heart and soul out last series. Now they got to go do it again.
4th down and 11. There's a snap to Carter. He's going to kick it, a better punt this time. He's going to chase the Naaman return man back to the 34. Now the return is on, and he's going to get almost to midfield. So once again, Naaman Forest going to have great field position here to start this possession.
That was Ivan Garcia, by the way, bringing it back. So Ivan does a little bit of everything for them, but once again, you know, they're kind of up against it a little bit here. Not bad field position at all, but boy, this 3 and out has really, really been impressive for Naaman.
Yeah, not giving Garland anything at all, especially to King on the ground. You know, King's had 4 straight games of over 100 yards rushing, and just not able to do it here tonight, at least through this first quarter. We've got 1:06 remaining. Snap to Perales. He's going to throw it out quickly. Boy, a lot of running room out here for number 3, who makes the catch and then gets tracked down from behind. Boy, great defensive play out there. Looked like Dylan Turner had, you know, a ton of room out in front of him, but he only gains about a yard on the play.
Well, you know, he did, and then he didn't. All of a sudden, they closed in quick. You can see right there, he looks like he's got a ton of room, but all of a sudden, they're cutting off his escape angles real quick.
Yeah, Michael Landon, number 15, another good play here for the Owls on defense. 2nd down and 9. They send a man in motion. That's Turner. They're going to throw a penalty flag here, and we got a false start against Naaman Forest.
You know, they have not really utilized Perales throwing that much, and I'm looking forward to that to see if they do it, because I'm telling you, against Plano East, he was something. I mean, he did a couple of things that just amazed me. One of the touchdowns he threw, he had to throw across his body on the dead run and put it in a window about 12 inches by 12 inches, and he did.
Here comes the quick throw out to Flores. Right, boy, he's got a lot of room out here. And it gets taken off his feet around the Garland 47. So he gets the penalty yardage back plus some. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Well, it looks like a pretty good spot here as well.
Pretty good, yeah.
They've got the nose of the football right at the 45. It looked like he was tackled around the 47, but So 3rd down and only 4 to go here, and we have come to the end of 1 quarter of play. So pretty much all Naaman here in the 1st quarter. We come to the end of 1. Our score, Naaman Forest 7, Garland nothing.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
Back for the start of the 2nd quarter. Our score at the end of 1, Naaman Forest 7 and Garland nothing. You know, I mentioned in the opener, you know, this is the 2 teams here tonight are the last 2 district champions for District 9-6A. 9-6A. Naaman Forest were the district champs 2 years ago in 2020. Garland, of course, last year's district champs. They are meeting again here. Garland leads the all-time series 20-8 over Naaman Forest. Of course, Garland leads most teams in that all-time series. They've been around, you know, for as long as they have, but this has turned into a pretty good rivalry the last couple of years in particular. And again, Naaman Forest 2 years ago won district championship, and you know their loss in district play was to these Garland Owls 14-7. So in a good game here tonight, Naaman Forest has really done what they've wanted to do through 1 quarter of play here. They, you know, really kept it on the ground. Kevin, I know you and I talked a little bit there in the break that, you know, it'd be interesting to, if they're going to get Paralis going here, you know, throwing the football.
Well, I guess, you know, that saying, you know, the inside curve setting out the upside fastball, you know, we'll see, because Paralis, like I said, the first time I saw him when he was slinging it all over the lot against Plano East, he was awful impressive.
3rd down and 4 here to start the 2nd quarter. By the way, first at the end of the 1 quarter of play, Naaman Forest had 5 first downs, Garland none, 95 total yards to 3. Here comes a throw out to Turner. Does he make the catch? I think
No,
he
I
might
don't think
have, but it's going to be out of bounds and incomplete.
And this is when I say you get the punt team off the launch pad. You know, at the 45-yard line, you know, they got. Now, Naaman has probably, oh boy, I'll tell you what, it was a heck of a catch there, just out of bounds.
Yep.
But, you know, they've dominated the game a little bit too much to only be leading 7-0. And that is something that Garland has got to be pretty grateful for. But Garland's got to get some sort of spark going on offense. They got to roll that jalopy down the hill and pop the clutch and see if they get something working.
Well, they've got a dangerous return man, and Chauncey Carter, boy, a high snap, and the punter does a good job to get the ball away. Carter, if he picks it up, he is dangerous, and here he comes outside to the right. He is tracked down from behind at around the 22-yard line, but
well, they got something going for him right now. I mean,
well, good job there. 13 of the Rangers. That's Devian Bridges to pull Carter down from behind there. Again, Carter's dangerous. And the Owl offense back on the field now. This will be their 4th possession. Again, no first downs, only 3 yards of offense through 1 quarter and 15 seconds. Snap to Norwood. He's going to hand the ball up the middle. Boy, and King had a nice hold that time and tripped. I didn't see whether it was on the turf or one of his players.
You know,
but
I think the tackle right in front of him, they turned ankle. We'll see it right here in a second. Let's see it right there. Yeah, his own guy. He hit his own guy, but hey, that's football.
Gain of 2 on the play. Again, he had a lot of running room there if he doesn't trip, and they're going to hand off to him again up the middle. He's going to get close to the 34-yard line, so it's going to set up a 3rd down and about 4.
A manageable 4, too, so they haven't had too many manageable, I guess you would say, opportunities on offense, but just to get a 1st down right here would be kind of a moral victory.
So here we go, 3rd down and 4. There's a snap, handoff to King, breaks 1 tackle. He's going to have the 1st down. That's Garland's first down of the game. Pyle pushes across the 45, all the way to the 46.
He had to sidestep 2 tacklers to get him in a position where he could start moving that pile, but we'll see it right here. But there's 1 tackler there. There's another tackler there, and then he puts that head down. That's amazing. He got about 5 extra yards.
Yeah, gain of 12 on that carry. Obviously the biggest play of the game. Norwood's going to keep it this time, trying to get outside and just
put your head down and go for it.
Yeah, nothing there. He's going to gain nothing. Yeah, they're going to mark it right at the 1st down marker, the chain. So it's 2nd down and 10 after no gain, number 8 there. Nice play by Naaman Forest on defense.
For the defense. No gain, 2nd down and 10.
Zion Arnold Irvin right there on your screen holds Norwood to no gain. 2nd down and 10. There's a snap. Handoff to King coming in the middle. Boy, and he gets hit in a hurry. No gain on that play as well.
Just had no real, I guess you would say, crease to run at it right there. You know, just green trouser seams were everywhere.
Number 25, Taylor Green, makes the 1st hit, and then he's joined by number 53, Ivan Thompson. And again, it's 3rd down and long for the Owls. Trips to look down here to the bottom of your screen. Norwood's going to roll to his left. He's got some time. He's going to throw it out. He's got a man. Is the catch there? It is. He's well shy of the 1st down, a gain of about 7. And we'll see if Garland goes for it here. It's going to be 4th down and 3. And they're going to bring the punt unit on, it looks like.
I think, you know, it's good that they finally started manufacturing something, but I think it's just too big a gamble right here, because you don't make it here and suddenly they got a short field again, and make them at least work for it, because defensively they've come on a little bit here.
That's Keelan Davis on that catch. And yeah, Garland has the opportunity to, if nothing else, flip the field here. Snap to Carter. There is the kick. Ivan Garcia calls for a fair catch. He loses the ball, but I think he's able to fall back on it. But tell you what, they did flip the field, as Naaman's going to have it 1st and 10 at the 14. Boy, dangerous play there by Garcia, and he's able to fall back on it.
Risky business, you might say, but that's okay. You know, I was going to say, the other play that Perales made against Plano East was he read a blitz, the 1st or 2nd touchdown he threw, and it was coming at him quick, and it was amazing that he just knew exactly where the man on the hot route was going to be and got it to him for a touchdown. So he's got an awful lot of potential.
Got a timeout here. This is a TV timeout, so why don't we keep it here, Kevin? Let's talk a little bit about what we've seen so far. So a little bit of life from the Garland offense, at least on that last, possession. But again, after that initial 1st down, they end up having a punt. They had that 4th and 3, and they go ahead and kick it. But, maybe Garland's offense can take something away that they were able to pick up a 1st down. And again, now able to flip the field as they've got Naaman pinned back deep.
Well, that's a huge deal. If they can keep them within the shadows of their own goal posts and, make them punt it from there, then all of a sudden they're back in business on offense. But, they have got to be able to do a few things here. But, the last couple of possessions they have, that first drive Naaman had to be a real concern to the Garland defensive staff, but they've made some pretty good adjustments.
Yes, they have. As you said, that first drive went 75 yards for the touchdown, and then have not done anything since. So here we go, 1st and 10 as we're back to live action again. The ball right at the 15. There's a snap to Perales, the handoff up the middle. Cunning is going to be hit and dropped for, looks like no gain. Maybe a yard on the play, so better job on Cunning that time as they hold him to only 1.
Well, and they're swarming to the ball here. I mean, they're getting some hats on them. So, you know, clearly, I don't know if it was an intimidation problem or an adjustment problem, but they look much better right now than they did 4 series ago.
It's number 22, Zaylon Reynolds, on that last tackle. Here's another handoff to Cunning, and this time he gets hit again. One gain of only 1, maybe 2 more. It's going to be 3rd down and long here for the Rangers. So much better job here by the Owl defense of holding Cunning to not much.
Well, I guess you'd say, do something to neutralize that huge line of Naaman Forest. So, you know, they're getting around here. They clearly have made some adjustments there to get them, I guess you would say, much more competitive.
So a 3rd down and 6 here. Snap to Perales. He's going to roll out. Looking deep. He's got a man out here. And the pass fall. They are going to throw the flag.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the defender wasn't even looking back at the ball, it didn't appear, and ran right into the receiver.
So that'll be a 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down here for Naaman Forest.
And a fresh set of downs, so, you know, that worked out well for Naaman. Well, I'm not a lip reader, but I can tell you what he was saying wasn't good news for Garland. But that'll set him up at the 34.
Yeah, 34-yard line after the 15-yard penalty. So Naaman with a fresh set of downs. Just shy, or just a little under 8 minutes here left in the 2nd quarter. Naaman on top 7-0. There's the snap. Handoff to Cunning. He's going to be hit once again and dropped. Gain of only 1. So again, Garland's done a much better job, at least, you know, from a ground perspective. They're not getting quite the big chunks of yardage they got on that 1st series.
Well, and look at this there. The line is just not getting blown off the line of scrimmage like they were that 1st series. They have really dug in and fought.
This big number 45 to Marcus McNeil on that last tackle. Gain of 1 for Cunning. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 now for the Rangers. There's a snap. Perales going to hand it off again. This time Cunning able to get through for a nice gain across the 40 out to the 41. There is a penalty flag on the play, however.
Flag near the 45.
Not seen a call yet. Looking at about a 3rd down and 3 depending on this call.
Oh, they grabbed the face mask. So once again, a penalty that's really going to hurt Garland right there.
Yeah, another 15 yards tacked on the end of that play.
They've got 15 off penalties right there. And let's see if we can see the face mask coming up right here. You know, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it must not have been on the runner. It must have been, you know, the flag was thrown on the side over there, so maybe on one of the receivers. But here's the handoff to Cunning. He's got a lot of running room out here. Makes a spin, breaks a couple of tackles, still running, and all the way down to the 31.
You know, you're not going to arm tackle him, so they better get a hat on him pretty quick here, because, you know, you saw that, well, twice right there. They tried to arm tackle him, and that's not going to work with that guy.
So 1st down at the 31 now of Garland. Naaman Forest driving once again. Remember, this drive started from their own 15. There's a snap, handoff to Ivan Garcia. He's going to be hit and dropped for a gain of about 2.
Garcia out across the 30.
Give Cunning a rest momentarily.
Boy, but they were all over that one pretty quick.
Second down 8 now for the Rangers. Snap to Perales, looking to throw it. He's going to throw it out. He's got a man out there. Catch is made. Boy, nice inside move, and then takes a pretty big hit, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
You know, we might add, coming into this evening, Perales threw the ball 128 times, completed 76 of them for 976 yards. So he clearly has utilized his arm pretty effectively the first 5 games. Now, that particular pattern you saw over there, that's what they were doing to Plano East all night long. So we'll see if they start utilizing that a little bit more, because it was pretty effective.
It's Dominique Hall with that last catch, and Naaman, boy, they are inside the Garland 15. They're going to call a timeout here, though. We want to talk about things, and so why don't we take a break with them? We've got 5:34 remaining in the half. Our score, Naaman Forest 7, Garland nothing.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
First down and 10 for the Rangers at the Garland 14-yard line. We've got 5:34 remaining in the half. Naaman on top 7-0. Looking to make it more here. Empty backfield for Perales on this first down. Going to send a man in motion. There's a snap. They're going to fake the handoff. He's going to roll out to his right, throw it out. He's got Dylan Turner. Penalty flag comes out. Turner's all the way to the 1, but we will check the flag here.
The pass is complete. Number 3, Turner with the reception. Down to the 1-yard line.
Officials still talking about it here. They're going to get a hold against Naaman Forest.
That's all I could see that it could have been, because it certainly wasn't any kind of pass interference against either the receiver or the defender. He was wide open there. We might be able to see the hold there, but oh, there it is right there. But you know, this is where Perales can be very, very effective. So, but that'll back him up a bit. So a little bit more of a challenge for Naaman right here.
Yeah, first down and 20 now after the 10-yard mark off. Cutting back in the game here at running back. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to him. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to fall backwards. No gain on the play that time, and big number 49 for the Owls on the stop. That is Tim Muhammad, the 6'5", 230-pound senior.
Boy, he had to fight off a block there, too, from a huge Ranger to get to him.
It looks like they're going to mark the ball back at the 25, so he actually lost a yard on the play. There's a look at Tim Muhammad there. So second down and 21 now. Empty backfield once again for the Rangers. Let's see if Garland brings a blitz here. There's a snap. Perales looking to throw. He's got time. Here comes pressure. He's going to throw it deep. Boy, right out of the hands of number 3 that time, Dylan Turner. A good throw. There's a penalty flag late. We got another hold against Naaman, it looks like.
Or a late hit, one or the other.
I thought I saw the signal for holding.
You did. You were not seeing things there, Steve. But Perales was trying to put it into a really, really, I guess you would say, small window there, because he had 3. Well, you'll see it right there. I thought he had 4 defenders right around him. He's kind of trying to put it over one between a few. Well, he didn't have that many, but, you know, and really wasn't that far from pulling it off either.
Yeah, agreed. Well, interesting here, Garland goes ahead. They accept the penalty. I'd be would have set up a 3rd down and 21. I would have been inclined to decline it there, set up that 3rd and 21. Instead, they mark it off. It's 2nd down and 31. There's a snap. Cunning with the handoff. And he's going to be hit after a gain of about 4 yards. So now it's going to set up 3rd down.
Might be trying to get him out of field goal range. So that's
Yeah, 3rd down and 27 after that 4-yard gain.
Boy, the Garland defense has recovered several times now, and now they're in a real position to turn a little bit of momentum right here. Although I'm sure they'll go for it on 4th down if they don't make it.
Yeah, they got to have a big hold here if you're a Garland fan. There's a snap. Here comes the pressure up the middle. And the throw across the middle, and a nice gain. And it's going to be a manageable 4th down if Naaman wants to go for it here.
Well, I think they will. They're looking at about 14 yards. Now, unless they got a heck of a field goal kicker and it's automatic, they might go ahead and go for it.
Yeah, they're going to keep the offense on the field. So, again, they've got to get just inside the 5 to pick up the 1st down. As you said, Kevin, 4th down, about 14 here. Empty backfield for Paralis.
And if you give Paralis a whole bunch of time to just survey the field, he's going to come up with something, which he did last time.
Here they go. And and let's see, Naaman's going to call a timeout here. They got the time off just before Paralis took the snap. That is their last timeout of the half. So their 3rd and final timeout. And Coach Paralis, he wants to talk about things. But, yeah, it's going to be an interesting play call. We'll keep it here, 4th down and 14. Again, they've got to get just inside the 5 to pick up the 1st down. And, like you said, Kevin, if you've got a kicker at all, I'd certainly be tempted to try to kick it here, take a 10-point lead. If remember, we've got 3:11 left here in the half. Naaman will get the ball coming out of halftime, but again, they're going to keep the offense on the field here. Go for it on this 4th and 14. If you're Garland, you just got to make sure you keep everything in front of you. Right, and the key is, after a catch, make a tackle. Don't let that Naaman receiver, have a missed tackle or 2.
Don't give them any rack yards.
Exactly.
Run after catch.
Yep.
But that's what I'm sure they'll do, and I'm anxious to see if I'd be playing zone if I were Garland, but of course I'm not a football coach, so what do I know? But and just really literally keep everything right in front of you.
Yeah, keep it in front. Yep.
If D'Angelo Paralis can throw it over you, well, God bless him. Let him earn it. But, we'll see what they do here.
There's a snap to Paralis. Looking to throw it. He's going to throw it out in the flat. And now it's just a matter of can you get 14 yards, and he cannot. So Garland will take over 1st and 10. Gain of about 10 yards. So Garland's defense did what they needed to on that series. They still trail by only 7.
Although you're going to see here, the receiver was able to, and I think it was Garcia, he was able to get, you got right there. He was able to get about 7 yards after that catch. And that is not what you want to happen if you're Garland. But fortunately, they had the luxury of 14 yards. They probably gave up 9. And so they keep it a 1-score game. So Garland kind of feathering out of their defense right there.
Yeah, now again, it's on the legs, so to speak, of the offense. They've got to get something going here. They've got 1 first down in this ball game. Boy, and there you go. That's not going to get you anywhere. As the handoff to King, he's hit in the backfield by number 53 of the Rangers. He's had a big night so far here in this first half, Ivan Thompson.
Lost him a yard on that one. So. And, of course, another thing, too, the Rangers cannot stop the clock.
Yeah, they cannot. That's
so,
right.
1 first down right here, and Garland's pretty much out of here with a 7-0 deficit, which, good Lord, the way things have been, I think they'd take it.
I think they would, too. No doubt. Play clock down to 5. Snap to Norwood. He's going to hand it off to King, trying to get outside. Cuts it back the other side, but boy, he's not going to go anywhere. Again, Naaman Forest has all those players in the box. They know Garland's going to run the ball here.
And more importantly, if you're Garland, that clock continues to roll. But even so, they could still end up giving Naaman the ball back with a minute to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just going to let as much time run off the clock as possible. And May even let it run down to call one of their timeouts here. And
they're in no hurry to go anywhere, that's for sure.
yeah, play clock down to 6. And I bet that's what we're going to see. We're going to see a timeout called here.
1:32 remaining, so you figure if they run a play, that's going to they can get about 40 seconds off that clock. Then they kick it. That'll be some more time, so you know you're looking at well inside a minute for Naaman to work with. So you know that might be their plan right here. Just see if they can give Naaman maybe just not enough time to go 50, 60 yards.
Yeah, and of course, if you're Garland here too, you know, if you can manage to pick up a first down again, you still have the 2 timeouts. You know, maybe you think about going down. They've got a decent place kicker here, so you know if you can get somewhere in range of field goal, you know, maybe make it a 7-3 game. It's going to be a big call. I would look for Garland come out of this timeout with maybe a screen pass, something, you know, very simple that, you know, even if it doesn't get the 10 yards, again, like you said, Kevin, that clock continues to run, but maybe, you know, you get lucky and you can break one. So I'd go with something or look for something here.
I look for number 6 off tackle. You get 2-3 yards, just let the clock roll.
Snap to Norwood. They're going to hand off on the draw to King. He's trying to get outside, but he's going to be tracked down from behind. Lose yards once again.
Okay, and they've got 38 seconds to work with. So by the time they punt the ball, there'll be 40 seconds left.
Number 13 for the Rangers, just staying at home there and making sure nothing gets outside. Devion Bridges once again, another nice play. And as you said, Kevin, they're going to let the clock run down. I would imagine they'll let all the time run out. Garland use a timeout with 1 second remaining again, and then bring the punt unit on the field.
Well, let's see. Let's do the math. That'll be about 43 seconds when they punt it. And you figure, let's say the punt takes 5-6 seconds. They're not going to have a whole lot of time to work with, but like we said, they don't need that much time to work with. So, you know, we'll see if you know, Perales can quickly get them within field goal range.
So the Owls do have a 4th down and 10 coming up here, and obviously going to punt the ball away. As you said, Kevin, the key here is try to keep this game 7-0. You know, last week they had a tough contest. They were playing Wiley East. Of course, both teams came in undefeated. That score was 3-0 Wiley East at half. Ended up 34-7 Wiley East, but that was a 3-0 ball game at half.
Well, what you see in an awful lot of cases is a team may play a team equal for a half, but they're all worn out for that second half. And this is, I think, what a challenge Garland's going to have to deal with. But on the other hand, you know, if I were Garland, I'd be pretty pleased because Naaman, like I said, they've dominated this a little bit too much to only be leading 7-0.
Yeah, Garland, 28 total yards here at halftime, 1 first down. And again, the key here is if you're Chauncey Carter, just get a clean punt away.
Here they come.
There's a kick, a nice high kick. Garcia calls for the fair catch at the 49. So only about, what, 6 seconds came off the clock, 5 seconds. So 38 seconds for the Rangers here on offense. Again, no timeouts. So unless you have a sure thing across the middle, you know, they're probably going to look at throws to the outside. Of course, in high school football, the clock stops while they, you know, move the chains, or if they move the chains. So you'll have, you know, the ability to stop the clock momentarily there as well. But let's see if Perales uses the sidelines here as much as he can, just those little short, quick throws out to see how many yards they can pick up.
You know, and I've got to say, I've been pretty impressed with the adjustments Garland D has made, because they're not getting dominated. Whereas now, and this is where Perales is he's a specter.
Yeah, there's your quick. Yep, absolutely. There's your quick throw out.
And that's going to get him 10 yards on a first down, and it only chewed up 5 seconds. You do that 3 times, and all of a sudden you're within field goal range.
That was Trey Jones on the catch there. So 2nd down and 1 after the gain of 9. There's a snap. Perales looking to throw it again. He's going to throw this time across the middle. Well, I think he has his receiver. He does. That's number 22, Jason Flores. That's going to be a first down. So, again, the clock will stop while they reset the chains. Naaman runs up to the line in a hurry as the clock is now moving. There's the snap. Perales looking to throw. Here comes pressure. Throw out. and just in and out of the reach of the intended receiver, so that will stop the clock. And you saw 45 to Marcus McNeil put pressure that time on the quarterback.
Second down, Rangers from the 30.
17 seconds. We'll see if Naaman can strike or if Garland can hold them.
There's a snap ball. High snap. Perales able to pull it down where pressure comes. Perales trying to direct traffic. He's in some trouble. He loses the football.
Oh,
He's going to fall on that shit in the half because Naaman has no timeouts.
Recovers his own.
And the clock is going to run out. And there is the horn. So we have come to the end of one half of play here at Williams Stadium. Not a lot of offense, but our score, Naaman Forest 7, Garland nothing. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV. back at Williams Stadium for the start of the second half. Our halftime score, Naaman Forest 7, Garland nothing. Why don't we take a look at some of those first half highlights?
Mostly defense, I'm going to assume.
Yeah, definitely a lot of defense. You see both teams coming out to start the game. There's the band on the home side and the drill team on the visitor side. And here's a look at our only score of the game. A 2-yard Isaiah Cunning touchdown run. Takes a big hit there, but falls into the end zone for the touchdown. Again, our only points of the game thus far. Cunning did most of his work on that first drive.
And what's kind of interesting, Steve, the last time you and I got together here, you know, we saw an offensive fireworks display. Tonight, it's all defense.
Yeah, you know, see some of the defense here, yeah.
Garland has hardly been able to make a dent in Naaman Forest's defense. And Naaman has done a little bit better, but when Garland's had to stand up and do some things, they've done it to keep it within a one-score game. So it's very much still a football game.
Yeah, you saw, you know, they handed off it to Keontae King there. You saw Norwood on a couple of keepers. And, again, the defense for Naaman Forest just really come up big, and they have played a well of a game in the first half. As a matter of fact, we'll get to some of the stats here in a moment, but Garland held to only 28 yards of offense in that first half.
And
if
one
you remember,
first down.
Yeah, exactly. And if you remember, 12 of those came on one run to Keontae King. So you're looking, you know, you take that one run away, they had 16 yards of offense in that first half. So Naaman Forest defense has done the job here tonight.
Well, they certainly have, and I got to say, they've impressed the heck out of me. Now, of course, like I said, Garland, where they've impressed me is the adjustments they've clearly made to not get dominated on that offensive front as bad as they were.
And the Owls with a long, deep kick is going to chase the return man back inside the 5. There's number 23 for the Rangers on the return. Boy, he breaks one tackle. He's got some room down the sideline.
Good return.
Yeah, sure was. Finally pushed out of bounds around the 42. You know, Garland had an opportunity to get him around the 15, but the one missed tackle, and boy, a great return by number 23, Ezra Rocha. And watch right here, you're going to see the one missed tackle right here. And that set the whole thing up.
And this is exactly what Naaman Forest needs, some good field position, but you know, it looks like we're coming back to the 20-yard line.
Well, those penalties on kickoffs get you every time. I didn't see a flag, Kevin, but apparently there was one, probably along that Naaman Forest sideline. Yeah. And yeah, you're right. I mean, you know, that wipes out the gray field positions. They're going to start at the 20 after the penalty yardage is marked off.
From their 20, first down.
Naaman Forest 9 first downs in that first half, 166 total yards, 92 through the air, 74 on the ground. They're going to start out throwing here. There's the quick throw out. Catch is made and a nice gain of about 9 yards. And let's give him 10.
Well, this is where Naaman Forest can eat you alive on those short out routes like that. Because I watched them do it to Plano East, and there were times they were just unstoppable. So we'll see if they go to much more of that.
Number 18, Marcus Davis, 10-yard catch, first down. Here's another quick throw out. This one to Flores, and he's going to pick up another 8. So Naaman Forest comes out here throwing the football. And, you know, it's kind of funny as we take a look at the replay.
Number 20, Will, for the defense.
You know, you almost get the feeling the way the Naaman defense is played, you know, one more score out of Naaman, and that may be enough to, you know, to win the ball game. So Naaman's coming out firing here. There's a snap, handoff to Cunning, his first carry of the second half. He's going to pick up a first down as he's out across the 40 to about the 41.
Well, but once again, that Garland defense, particularly the run support, got up there real quick and, you know, was able to contain him for somewhat, you might say. Of course, he still got the first down. But, you know, if Naaman gets this passing game rolling, I have a feeling it might be all over.
Yep. First and 10 at the 42-yard line. This is the first possession of the second half. There's the fake handoff, the quick throw out to Flores. He's got some room out here.
Exact same play they used in the first half.
Yes, it was.
You know, this is kind of eerie because that's the exact same screen they set up in that first half that led to a touchdown. And here they are moving once again.
Yeah, they just have Flores coming out of the backfield, and you saw the backs cross there, and then, yeah, they just hit Flores for a big gain, and they are at the Garland 32. And again, if you're the Owls on defense, you've got to hold here. Your offense has done nothing in the game. And as I mentioned, one more scorer out of Naaman may be enough. Perales rolls out on the fake handoff. He's just going to throw this one away. And they're going to get a flag for a late hit at the end of the play.
Flag on the field.
Boy, if you're Garland, you don't want to do that. You know, you make a good play, and you don't want to give him 15.
Particularly if the quarterback had to throw it away like that. But, you know, I'll tell you what, that was, well, that's football, though.
You're going to see the push. Oh, yeah, way late. And you can't do that, especially, you know, your defense makes a good play there. And, again, that's going to give Naaman 15 yards and move the ball a little closer. 1st and 10 now at the 17-yard line. There's a snap to Perales, a handoff to Cunning, and trying to break a couple of tackles. They're still on his feet, but he's going to be dropped around the 15, a gain of about 2.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that strong safety right there was really impressive. Coming up there, closing a gap.
Look at Cunning there. He had 17 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown in that first half. 2nd down and 8 now for the Rangers. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Cunning again. Still on his feet, pushing to the 15, maybe the 14. It's going to be 3rd down and a short 2.
Once again, tractor pull, power on power, and that's what they're counting on to get them into the end zone, which, and nah, I'm kind of with you, unless there's a real, I guess you would say, igniting of the Garland offense. If they score here, it's going to be awful tough for Garland to win the game.
Yep, I agree. 3rd down and a long 2 to see if the Garland defense can come up big here. There's a snap. They're going to run that same play to Flores again. Boy, this time they smelled it, and they were there. The pass is incomplete. It's going to be 4th down. So now if you're Naaman, do you go for it here? Or do you try to kick it to go up 2 scores?
I'd say all you got to do is kick it and you win the game. I mean, you know, that means that Naaman has got to, or Garland's got to score twice. But we'll see. Well, they're confident enough. Let's face it, they only got to get 3 yards.
Yeah, they're going to keep the offense on the
so
field.
they're confident enough they can keep this drive rolling here.
Well, it's a great play by number 21, O'Shea Johnson, on that last one to really read that play and hold them short of the 1st down. So here we go, 4th down. See if they try to draw Garland off sides, and a Naaman player moved.
They did. Now we have to flip to a few different pages of the playbook. And, you know, there's a difference between 4th and 3 and 4th and 8. So
see what the call is here. You got your false start. That's going to move Naaman back 5 yards. I think they may have been trying to draw Garland offside. And now it looks like they may be bringing in the field goal unit. Let's see.
Yep, they got 5 guys coming off the launch pad. And so they're going to see if they can kick about a 32-yard field goal here.
Yeah, exactly, about a 32, as you said, Kevin, and this from the left hash. So again, this will put the Rangers up 10-0 if they can make this. Got a lineman coming on late here, but still have plenty of time. So here we go. There's a snap and hold. The kick is up. It looks good, and it is good. So the 32-yard field goal by number 42 of the Rangers, and our new score, Naaman Forest 10, Garland nothing. We'll be back after these messages on GRS TV.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
Well, the Garland defense certainly did their job on that last series, that bend but not break mentality. Naaman drives all the way down the field, but Garland defense comes up big, able to hold them to a 32-yard field goal. So our score 10-0 Naaman Forest. But again, Garland now going to get the ball for the first time here in the second half. They've got to get things going offensively.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of adjustments they are going to try. You know, and I don't know, I don't know the answer because I haven't been in the film room all week. But, you know, Naaman Forest pretty much had their way the first half. And we'll see if Garland get anything going on.
So here we go, a pooch kick and a fair catch is called for, and it's made right at the 36-yard line. So Garland with decent field position to start. And again, let's see, as you said, Kevin, what kind of adjustments they may have made at the half to see if they can get the offense rolling.
Because they're still very much in this game. They just got to produce some offense here and see if they can get themselves on the board. But, you know, I'll tell you what, one open hole for King, and that, you know, could be a game changer.
Yeah, it could for sure. So here we go. Norwood set to take his first snap. There's a snap. The handoff to King up the middle, and boy, just not much there. Maybe 1 yard on the carry.
Not a whole lot there. Is once again that Garland offense having trouble just penetrating the Naaman defense there, and there you can see they pretty much won the line of scrimmage there and held them to a yard.
Second down and 9. We see a homecoming date set up there. She apparently said yes, she would go, as you hear the crowd roar there. Second down and 9. There's a snap. Fakes the handoff. Roll out on the bootleg. And they're going to throw it out of bounds. There's going to be a holding call here against Garland as well.
You know, I call that suicide by the installment plan. Because, you know, they'd be looking at a third and somewhat manageable 9. But, you know, that's going to back them up 10 yards if holding is indeed the call, which is. So now they're looking at 2nd and 19.
And again, the way the defense is playing, you know, just like I mentioned in the first half, I'd be tempted to decline that and set up a 3rd down and 9. You know, as good as the defense has played for Naaman Forest, I'd, you know, kind of dare them to try to get 9 yards. But they do accept the penalty, so it's going to set up 2nd down and 19 now. Snap to Norwood. He's going to quickly pitch it out here to King, trying to get some space. But again, there's just nothing there.
No, they had all the gaps sealed. They had all the gaps sealed. There wasn't much anything you could do there. But boy, I'll tell you what, I bet Coach Perales is going to commend his defensive staff after this game, because everything is, well, we had a block in the back there too. Well, I guess it's legal within 3 yards. But at any rate, this defense is playing outstanding.
So 3rd down and 18 now for the Owls. They've got to get all the way to the 46 to move the chains. There's a snap. Straight drop back for Norwood. He's got time. They're going to throw it out. Tried to set up a screen here. King's got some room, but again, well shy of the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down and about 9.
So getting him in space is going to be the key.
Yeah, and I see another penalty flag, so that may be another holding call here against the Owls.
Yep. Yep, they're going to make him do it over.
And again, if you decline this one, it's 4th down. But my guess is Coach Perales said, hey, look, moving back, they're not going to get 30 yards on our defense, and we'll get even better field position out of this. So 3rd down and about 28 to go here. Just come back with the same thing as have a screen here. Norwood looking to throw it. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man sitting out there. That ball is picked off. That is number 23 with the interception. He was just sitting there playing center field, Ezra Rocha. And boy, we've seen him with 2 big plays here in the second half. Naaman's going to have great field position here after this pick.
Boy, and they did have a man kind of wide open there on the near side coming out of the backfield. Now, it wasn't going to get them any 20 yards that they needed, but, they kind of threw it downfield into bumper-to-bumper traffic there, and that's a huge break for the folks from Naaman, because once again, they got a short field and a 10-0 lead. And once again, the Garland D's is going to have to dig in any way they can.
Yep, exactly. Maybe try to force a turnover here if you can, because Naaman is at the Garland 23 to start this possession. There's a snap, handoff to Cunning, coming to the left. He breaks the tackle.
Still got about 5 out of that, even though.
Yeah, upended by the corner out there. Number 24 for the Owls comes up to make the stop. Terrence Green, and gain of about 3 on that run for Cunning.
So Garland really isn't backing down, I'd say. They just, in a very preposterous position right now.
There's a snap, handoff to Cunning, this time to the right side. Spin move, and he's going to be close. I think he got the 1st down. Yeah, just outside of the 10, so it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 12.
Number 8, Holmes with a stop.
We have just hit the halfway mark of the 3rd quarter. Naaman Forest on top 10-0. Driving here once again. There's a snap to Perales, handoff to Cunning to the right side. Once again, he lost the ball. Ball is on the turf. Garland thinks they have it.
They do.
And they do.
Well, that could be a game changer right there. If you're Garland, you're hoping that certainly is a game changer. But once again, something's got to be done to ignite this offense.
Boy, great job by number 49, the senior Tim Mohammed, who just, grabbed onto Cunning, and you saw his hand come down, slap that ball out. And then the recovery there by number 21, O'Shea Johnson. And again, Garland, at least momentarily, has an opportunity here.
They're hanging around. They're loitering. And, that's when you might be dangerous. But, of course, they got 92 yards to go. So
there's a snap. Handoff trying to come outside here, looking for some blocks, and then tackled it around the 10-yard line is the new running back in the game. That is number 26 for the Owls. That is DeAndrian Hardy. I apologize.
He got 3 out of it, so.
Hardy, a sophomore on the field here for the Owls, giving King a break.
2nd down, 7.
There's a snap to Norwood. They're going to hand it off once again up the middle. Not a whole lot there. Still moving the feet, however. Boy, I tell you, the push at the end is going to be close to a 1st down.
It really is. That's what kind of amused me. And we'll see if it is a 1st
Yeah, they moved the chain. So a 7-yard run that time by Hardy. So watch this run from him.
Boy, he got about 5 yards after he was initially hit. Oh, boy.
Boy, that time Norwood fakes the handoff, and he should not have, because he gets hit and hit hard by number 34 for the Rangers, and that's going to be a loss of 2. There's a look at that last play again from Hardy. You can see him just moving those legs. There's number 34 for the Rangers, who just knocked Norwood down for a loss of 2. So 2nd down and 12 now for the Owls. And now they're going to go back to Hardy.
Boy, if they could get him into space, he'd be awful dangerous. But getting him there has been tough.
Yeah, Nathaniel Pro comes up to make the stop after a gain of about 4. It's going to set up 3rd down and 8. So again, they're giving King just a bit of a breather here. And Hardy's looked pretty well. Well, just by his shoestrings there. Snap to Norwood, straight drop back. He's looking to throw it. He's got time. Now the pressure comes. He's just going to throw it out. And the pass falls incomplete.
Had to get rid of it. Had to get rid of it, but you know, once again, they're going to have to punt it away, but at least they got a few first downs out of that one.
Well, he had time. Then he just has to get rid of it, and Hardy slipped on the play as well.
You know, and I've got to believe Naaman has really worked hard with their defensive secondary the last 4 weeks. Because when I saw them against Plano East, they were giving up all kinds of passing yardage. Tonight, they're not giving up much of anything, which is, you know, a real, I guess you would say, feather in the cap of that defensive staff, because their defensive secondary is playing much better than they were 4 weeks ago when they were giving up all kinds of passing yardage. Now they're not giving up anything.
Saw the punt by number 9 Chauncey Carter again go off the side of his foot, and well, luckily for the Owls, it took a Garland roll, and so ball going to be placed at around the 49. But once again, Naaman Forest in Garland territory to start a possession.
It seems like they've been there all night, haven't it?
Yes, it does.
But you know, once again, Naaman's in a position to deliver that knockout punch, if they already haven't, because, you know, we were saying Garland's got to score twice, and against this defense, that's not going to be easy, you know, coming up with 2 scores. But, I mean, the Naaman defense really has played well this evening.
Yeah, they've played lights out. Garland with 2 first downs here in the game. We've only got 3:19 remaining in the 3rd quarter. They've got 2 first downs. So, yeah, the Naaman Forest defense has done the job. Garland just not able to get anything going offensively.
Well, I'll tell you what, as a history teacher, I'll just say that the Naaman defense is like Thomas Jackson at the Battle of Manassas. They've just stood there like a stone wall. That's how you got that nickname, Stonewall Jackson.
That's right.
Somebody said he was at Manassas, standing there like a stone wall. From that point on, he was Stonewall Jackson. But the point we're getting at, this defense really has been impressive for Naaman Forest.
So Naaman Forest offense back on the field again. There's a snap to Perales, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right to throw it. He's looking down for Flores, and is the catch made?
I believe it was.
I think it was a great diving catch. Maybe a penalty on the play.
Is a junior. They're going to roll. They're going to. Okay. The penalty was against Garland.
Reception and first down for the Rangers.
So the play down to the 36. 1st and 10 now for Naaman Forest. Nice catch by Flores on that last one. The handoff to Cunning to the left side. He's got some room out here, and
you know, you get the feeling he's going to break one.
Yep.
Anytime.
Almost
like right
did
there,
then.
I got that feeling.
Zaylen Reynolds with the touchdown saving tackle on that last one, but 9 more for Isaiah Cunning. Second down and 1. Quick throw out. Catch is made. That's going to be a first down, and then thrown down, but a penalty flag thrown. That catch made by number 23, of the Rangers. That is Ezra Rocha.
I think they might have been holding one of the receivers out there. But we're going to find out.
Officials still talking about it here. Here comes the call.
Oh, and yep.
They're going to get offensive interference called here against Naaman Forest, so that will negate the first down. Move the ball all the way back to the
42.
Yeah, it looks like the 42-yard line. That's a big penalty.
Oh, that's a huge break for Garland.
Yeah, they marked the 15 yards off, so now second down, but instead of second down and 2, it's second down and about 17. Snap to Perales, handoff to Cunning, trying to come to the left side. He gets met by 4 Garland defenders and dropped after a gain of about 3.
And that linebacker on the far side, we'll see him here. I mean, he got that whole field right quick.
See substitutions here for Naaman Forest on this 3rd down and 13.
3rd down, 13.
Got number 2, Ivan Garcia in the backfield along with Perales. Double wing formation here for Naaman Forest. There's a high snap. Perales looking to throw it. He's going to throw it deep. They're looking for 6. That ball's intercepted.
Oh, boy. Once again, another big turnover for Garland.
Boy, they're just hanging around, Kevin. You said it earlier. Boy, that's a nice interception. Great coverage out there as well.
Boy, that's as good as you're going to cover a guy. They had him boxed out exactly like they did. Well, we got a flag down there, so let's see what this is all about.
It was O'Shea Johnson, number 21, with that great defensive play. But like you said, Kevin, we'll wait and see what this flag is. Still have not seen a call yet.
I haven't either. And they're picking it up, so whatever it is must have been declined.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense.
Well, if it's half the distance to the goal, they've just lost 3 yards.
Yep,
Big
they sure
deal.
did.
I mean, that's a good time to get that penalty.
Yeah, except for now you're right up against your end zone. So you cannot afford to make a mistake. And as much as Naaman Forest has been in the backfield tonight, it becomes crucial here for Garland. Again, the second turnover of the game for Naaman Forest, kind of keeping Garland in the game. But they got to be careful here. 1st and 10 at the 3. There's a snap. They're going to hand the ball off. And, boy, again, Naaman's defense just right there. He's going to lose 2 yards.
Boy, they just crushing them. And you know what is impressive? King came in tonight with 819 yards, 8 touchdowns, and they pretty much kept him under control.
Yeah, I'll say Garland, again, 42 total yards here, and we are almost through 3 quarters of play at Williams Stadium. 42 total yards.
Boy, you know, I'm not quite comprehending this because, I mean, you know, it's not like Garland's been an offensive machine, but they put points up.
Norwood's going to keep it himself, get as much as he can. Still on his feet, out close to the 10. So a good run for Norwood. His first, I think, positive carry on the night.
Well, they were aggressive here, real aggressive. And that's going to get them some yardage there. But, I mean, this year, in the games they played, they've scored 23 points, 38 points, 35 points, 19. Of course, only had 7 against Wiley East last week. But they have put up, you know, they haven't been just, you know, shut it down. But coming to the end of a quarter here, Steve.
Yeah, we are through the end of 3 here at Williams Stadium. It's been all Naaman Forest. Our score, Naaman Forest 10, Garland nothing. We'll be back for the start of the 4th quarter.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Three quarters in the books here at Williams Stadium. Naaman Forest on top 10-0. Garland facing a 3rd down and 3 from their own 10-yard line. Again, the defense has kept them in this game, Kevin, but can the offense do anything here in this 4th quarter to get them closer?
Boy, the way Naaman's been playing that suffocating defense has really been tough to penetrate. So, I don't think anything to do with Garland being particularly bad so much as Naaman just being outstanding on the defensive end. They've just been everywhere they've needed to be to cut off any kind of a penetration. But we'll see if they can come up with 3 yards here and get them a fresh set of downs.
Now we'll start the 4th quarter. 2nd down and
Well,
3.
here we go. They're going to need to pick up the 1st down. They're going to have a trips look down here to the bottom of the screen.
And they're all bunched up. We haven't seen them do this evening.
So get a big play here for both teams. 10-0. Naaman Forest, Garland 3rd down and 3. There's a snap to Norwood. He's going to hand it off to James. James trying to get the 1st down. I think he's going to have it.
He's close to it if he doesn't have it.
Yeah, it looks like the
Good
mark.
second effort.
Yeah, the mark is at the 14 by the away linesman over there, so that is enough for the 1st down. It's Timaeus James. I believe that's his first carry of the night. We just kind of kept those legs going. Here we go, 1st down, quick throw out. Catch is made by number 83. Is the ball loose there? I believe it is. So fumbling is number 83. That's Javian Hudson with the catch. Now, their Garland coaches are saying maybe was that incomplete, but I think it's going to be a catch and then a fumble. That was Hudson's 1st catch here on the night, or pardon me, a 2nd catch.
Either way, they're not going to relinquish the football, so it probably doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, definitely a catch there, and then you can see right here is where it gets stripped out. Handoff up the middle. Boy, and a big hit by number 34. After a gain of about 2 more, it's going to be 3rd down and 6 now. Boy, and haven't seen Keontae King now in 2 series, and looks like he is on the sideline right now. Wonder if he's got some type of an injury, if they're just going with a change of pace here, but get a big 3rd down, and let's call it 5 on this play. There's a snap to Norwood, straight draw back. Now he's going to tuck it and run, quarterback draw. He gets hit, he's going to fall down. It's going to be 4th down and 2. And, well, what do you do here if you're Garland? I know you're deep, but, 10-0 here.
This would be an awful big roll of the dice,
It would.
obviously, but, and they're not going to roll the dice there because, they're still very much in this game. And they've got to be gaining a little bit of confidence that they're moving the football at least a little. They're not getting totally shut down like they were that 1st half. But anyway, if their defense can come out here and make a stop and get the ball back, they're still in the game.
It was number 53, Ivan Thompson. He's had a great game tonight for Naaman Forest. Garland's going to have to use a timeout here as the play clock was down to 1. So Garland's first charge timeout here of the 2nd half. Why don't we take a break with him? We've got 9:50 remaining in our ball game. Our score, Naaman Forest 10, Garland nothing. We'll be back after these messages.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, Visit GISDEdFoundation.org.
Back from timeout. Garland with a 4th down and 2. Have a little bit of a delay here for a TV timeout. So again, 4th down and 2. And as I mentioned, I would punt it here as well, Kevin. I'm certainly not insinuating, but just with the way the Garland offense, you know, has been playing, and you would be tempted to go for it here just, you know, by virtue of the fact, yeah, I mean, you're running out of time here. Time's becoming your enemy, but again, they've got the punt unit on the field. Now, I will say, of course, the punter for the Owls, number 9, Chauncey Carter, may be the best athlete on the field for either side. So you always got to watch for the possibility of a fake. But again, there's still so much time. Matter of fact, Naaman doesn't have a return man back.
So they're not buying it. They don't think they're going to punt, evidently.
So this would be an opportunity for Garland to pin him back here. There's the snap. And the kick is away. Yeah, no return men back, so let's see where the ball bounces, and it bounces straight up. Garland's going to down it at around the 41.
Well, they're not in bad shape, but they're not particularly in good shape either. So, you know, we'll see if they can get a stop here.
Yeah, once again, they got to call on their defense. So to come up with something here, a stop, another turnover, something. Because time again becoming an enemy of the Owls here. Garland came into this game at 3-1 in district play. Naaman at 2-1. Naaman had the bye here a couple of weeks ago. So again, the winner of this game is going to move ahead of the other as far in terms of the standings. And here we go. There's a snap. Prowell's looking to throw it out. He throws it out quickly. Catch made out there by Flores. And he's going to be chased out of bounds after a nice gain. A penalty flag on the field, however. This may be a hold on the outside. It may be coming back. Well, a lot of flags here in the second half.
Well, it looks like it is against Naaman.
Oh, it's a personal foul face mask against Naaman. Interesting.
Didn't see that coming.
I did not either. That's going to negate that pass play. That's a 15-yard penalty. That's going to move Naaman back all the way inside the 30. Spot the ball around the 27. Boy, interesting call there. You hardly ever see an offensive face mask called.
Well, all I can say is I didn't see it, so I don't know where it was. But it might have been away from the ball, too. So, but either way, they're looking at a long way to go now.
Yeah, first down and 25 for Naaman Forest. There's a snap. Gonna head off to Cunning up the middle. Boy, he's got big running room, and then it collapses, but a big gain on that. He's going to get all the way to the 36-yard line. About 9 yards on the carry to Cunning, and got a lot of that penalty yardage back.
And, you know, you got to wonder if they're wearing down the Garland defense as well.
Yeah, the defense for the Owls has been on the field a lot tonight. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Cunning again. Boy, he makes one man miss, and then he is going to get held up after a gain of about 3. So it's going to set up third down and about 13 now.
Boy, the Garland D is playing with a lot of tenacity, though, because, I mean, they got a 215-pound running back coming right at him there. And when, you know, that happens, you're 160-pound defensive back. It's like you're riding the bull at Billy Bob's. You just hang on any way you can.
Hang on for dear life.
And
exactly.
they have done that. But they get him off the field right here with a big play.
Yeah, big play here. Like you said, third down penalty flag. There's a screen pass set up. And that's going to be for
boy,
big
I'll tell you what,
yardage.
that's going to get him that first down.
It is going to be a first down, but we will check the flag. Flag on the sideline here. Maybe an offside call against Garland if it is, and obviously Naaman will decline that. That'll be a first down. It is an offside, so that will give Naaman a first down. Boy, great call there on the screen pass.
And a good job by the quarterback and the receiver to execute it. Because there they come out and lofts it right over, and boy, that was a well set up play.
So a fresh set of downs, and more importantly, they can take more time off the clock. Quick throw out, catch is made. Nice little inside move, and still on his feet for another first down is number 23. That is Ezra Roja. He's had a big game here tonight for them.
And this is where Naaman's showing some versatility now, because they're not just running the ball. They got some of those quick passes that are highly effective too, like the one we just saw.
First down at the Garland 34. There's a snap, handoff, running game back in display, and falls forward for 3. That is, again, Isaiah Cunning, and once again, number 49 for the Owls on the stop, Tim Muhammad.
We had a nice tackle here, coming off the edge, and see the ball carrier and get a hat on him.
Naaman's just letting clock run. Second down and 7 here.
Game 3, second down, 7.
Snap to Perales. They're going to hand the ball off. Boy, and this time Garland in the backfield. Nice spin move to get away momentarily and back to the, looks like the original line of scrimmage, but so a nice play there by number 6 of the Rangers with the carry. That's Elijah Masiwi, and boy, another big third down coming up here for the Garland defense. Tim Muhammad once again.
Boy, they are playing with all kinds of courage, because you know darn good and well they're beat up, they're exhausted, but they're still digging in, fighting.
There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Cunning this time to the left side, still on his feet. He's got the first down and more.
And that's what you got to worry about, you know, because they had him initially wrapped up before the first down, and he was able to break free. Well, we'll see it on the play here. They had him right there. They couldn't get him down. They had him right there. Couldn't get him down. And so, you know, I mean, we're looking at a very impressive running back right there. And this right here might seal the deal if the deal isn't already sealed.
Exactly. We're inside of 6 minutes to go here. Naaman again in no hurry to snap the ball. First down and 10 at the 15. Split backs in the backfield this time. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to Cunning once again. He's going to spin and get dropped. Penalty flag comes out late. Still waiting for the official call here.
Boy, they're talking it over with the coaches. I wonder what this is about.
So the personal foul called there against Garland. And they had a player ejected, it looks like, as well.
Well, I don't see what anybody did there. Yeah, I can see exactly what happened there. Yep, can't do that.
So first down and goal now for the Rangers at the 7-yard line. There's a snap, boy, bobble there, and another bobble. Prowse just going to fall down. Boy, that play was messed up from the beginning, and they're going to lose yardage.
Well, as soon as you're right, that had 52 card pickup written all over it from the time right there, and you know, best option, just go down, make sure you don't lose possession of the ball, but puts folks from Garland in a position where they just threw him for a 3-yard loss.
Second and goal now from the 13. But again, more importantly, the clock continues to run as we're inside of 5 minutes. There's a snap, handoff to Cunning. Trying to break through. He's going to be tackled at around the 10. So third down and goal, actually at the 11s where they've got it marked. So third and goal. But again, Naaman in no hurry to snap the ball.
Next time they've got a snap, they'll be right at the 4-minute mark. So they're eating clock and they're eating yardage, which is exactly what they want to do, and they're protecting that 10-point lead. So Naaman's got all the chips on their end of the table right now.
Yeah, again, Garland, 61 yards of offense, 3 first downs, 61 yards. That's it. Third down and goal, snap to Prowse. He's going to roll out looking for a big play, and he's going to be sacked all the way back to the 23.
Boy, what a pass rush there. But, you know, if you're Garland, okay, you got him down right here. You don't hit him again.
So fourth down and goal. Naaman's just going to keep the offense on the field. Again, more importantly, just going to run clock.
Fourth and goal from the 21.
Give D'Angelo a shot of throwing it in the end zone.
There's a snap, and that's what he's looking at. Here comes some pressure. He's going to throw. Oh, he's got a man down. And that's a touchdown, Naaman Forest.
You know, that's good in position
and
there.
Two penalty flags.
You know, I don't know what to think down there because that's good improvising on his part.
Here comes the call.
After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 7 of the offense. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So the touchdown will stand, and they will penalize Naaman Forest on the kick.
Either way, this one's over.
Yeah, it's been over, I think, for a while here. Again, Garland just not able to do anything offensively. So the extra point attempt coming up here for the Rangers. This will put it to 17. The kick is up, and it is good. So our new score here at Williams Stadium with 3:21 remaining. Naaman Forest 17, Garland nothing. We'll be back after these messages.
17.
Nothing. Naaman Forest on top and getting set to kick it away. Now they're going to be kicking from the 25. Here's a look at the replay again.
You know, and this is where I think Paralysis in 2 years is going to be a major college prospect. And here's why I said that. That was great improvising for a sophomore. You know, and he's still got 2 more years to be playing. Well, 2.5 more years to be playing. So he's probably going to do nothing but get better and better at that kind of stuff. I mean, you know, that's making kind of something out of nothing there. Of course, you got a 17-point lead now, but. And I noticed 2 of his top receivers are also sophomores. So they might be looking at a real bright future there at Naaman Forest.
Yeah, they've got a young at the skill positions in particular. There's the kick. Boy, nice kick. Is this going to bounce? It's going to go out of bounds, so there's going to be a penalty. So the kick from the 25, and again, it goes out of bounds, so that's a penalty. 5 yards will be added on to the end of the play. Unless they want to make Garland Naaman Forest re-kick, which may be exactly what they're going to do. Yeah, so they're going to come all the way down to the 20, and we'll have a re-kick. (17-0), and well, it appears that we'll run the final 3:21. Naaman Forest will move to 3-1 in district play, and Garland will drop to 3-2. You know, they started 3-0, and of course lost last week to Wiley East, and now it appears again they're going to head to their second loss in district play. That would drop them to 3-2. And the kick coming up here, and we'll get to the standings in just a moment, but the kick coming from Naaman Forest from the 20. And another deep kick. This one is going to come down to at about the 24. This one will be returnable here for the Owls. And number 5 for Garland gets out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line. That is to Mayus James, and that's where the Owls will take over 1st and 10. So we talked a little bit about the standings, and they have had, yeah, they're having a turnover. I thought maybe another, oh, there is a penalty flag sitting at the 35. So what do you know?
Oh, boy.
Gonna get call here against Garland. That's going to back them up.
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah, exactly. So we're talking a little bit about the standings, and let's take a look at our District 9 6A standings. So again, alone at the top, Wiley East, you know, they had an impressive win again last week against Garland to move them to 3-0. And then you've got several teams with only one loss. You've got Garland, you've got Lakeview at 3-1, Wiley at 2-1, and Naaman Forest at 2-1. Again, obviously Garland will drop to 3-2 with the loss here tonight if they don't come back. Naaman had moved to 3-1, so again, a tight race here as we head down to just a couple weeks remaining in the season. A nice throw and a nice catch out. That is number 19 for Garland with the big play there. That is going to be
Ty Miles.
Yep, Ty Miles. Here comes the throw.
Ty's only a sophomore himself. He's
Norwood throws it across the middle. Catch is made. That's 2 in a row. This is by number 18. Nice run after catch. That's Keelan Davis. He's going to be inside the 30 down to the 27. So another first down for Garland. Back-to-back receptions for the Owls.
well, maybe Garland isn't out of it already, but they're going to have to come up with 3 scores in 2.5 minutes. Probably not feasible. Davis, by the way, coming into this evening, had caught 11 passes for 213 yards. So he's been highly used this year.
Naaman Forest takes a timeout to talk about things. We'll take a break with them. We've got 2:27 remaining. Our score, Naaman Forest 17, Garland nothing.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit GISDEdFoundation.org.
.227 remaining as we are back at Williams Stadium. Naaman Forest on top 17-0 over Garland. Garland with two nice pass plays back to back. They have their deepest drive going here in this game. They're all the way down to the Naaman 27. There's a snap. Norwood looking to throw it. He's got time. He throws it out. He's got a man out there. Oh, and not able to hold on to it is number 18, Keelan Davis. Boy, good throw that time.
Looked like he might have been trying to run before he secured the football. Yep. He was kind of looking upfield and took his eyes off it.
Good throw from Norwood that time. 2nd down and 10 now for the Owls.
But all you can do is go back and play the next play.
Snap to Norwood, rolling out. Here comes some pressure. He's going to try to tuck it and run this time. Sidesteps one tackler, gets down to the 20. It's going to be 3rd down and about 3. And Garland coming up to the line in a hurry.
You know, at this point, they just like to do some cosmetic surgery to the scoreboard. Get a score up there, make it look, oh boy, make it look like it was a tighter game, maybe perhaps than it was, but you don't want to get shut out. That's for sure.
Pass falls incomplete. He was looking for number 81, Blake Grant, but it falls incomplete. So 4th down and 3. The Owls obviously keep the offense on the field here. Got to get down to the 17-yard line to pick up the 1st down. So here we go. There's a snap. Norwood looking to throw it. He's going to throw it to the end zone. And the pass is intercepted. Number 1 for Naaman Forest, the cornerback there, Dylan Stevens, with the interception. Looking for number 83, Javian Hudson, but the 2nd turnover of the game for the Owls there, and that should do it. Garland's got 2 timeouts, but trailing 17-0. I would imagine Coach Russell not going to use either one of those.
Well, it's a tough call because, you know, it's so unlikely that you're going to be able to put 3 scores up in a minute 52 or whatever they got left, minute 52. And I imagine, well, they're not in victory formation yet, so.
First and 10, there's the handoff to number 2, and as Ivan Garcia is going to pick up maybe a yard on the play, and we'll see if Garland uses those timeouts. And yeah, just as I suspected, I don't think they're going to, and clock continues to run.
Listen, they gave it a good shot. They gave it a good shot. They did an awful lot to keep themselves in the game, but they were just against a defense tonight that was like a lava flow. I mean, everywhere you look, they were coming at you.
Yep. Props to Naaman's defense for sure, as they've held Garland to, I think Garland did by the virtue of that last drive, I think they did. Yeah, they're up to 116 yards, but again, 116 yards is not much. And I think Naaman Forest called a timeout with 1 second remaining on the play clock. They did, so that's their 2nd charge timeout of the half. Again, it doesn't matter. It's 1:05 remaining. We'll just keep it here. Boy, big win here for Naaman Forest. Again, they're going to move to 3-1, as we've mentioned, in district play. And again, they now have any kind of tiebreaker over Garland as well. So that's going to be key for them. And you mentioned it, Kevin. They kind of started the season slow. A lot of people had them really tagged as potentially the district champs for this year, right? A lot of people thought that they may win district, and then they started a little slow, but I tell you, they've picked it up in district play. They had the one hiccup against Wiley East, which looks like Wiley East is a little better than folks thought they were going to be, but Naaman's starting to really roll now. And, you know, I think we mentioned it from early on. Perales, you know, as the season's gone, he's gotten better and better at quarterback, which is what will happen for a sophomore. And, you know, things are looking up here for Naaman Forest, I think, the rest of the year.
Well, the big difference to me, like I said, I had their game 4 weeks ago when they played Plano East, and their defense is night and day. I mean, Plano East was putting up numbers at will, and tonight, I mean, they look like a totally different defense. And, of course, that can happen over the course of a season. But they called another timeout there. But, you know, they're rolling along here. And, you know, it's been a good run for Coach Perales, too, there at Naaman.
It has indeed. I was trying to... Yeah, I guess Garland called a timeout there. I was trying to figure out where the timeout was called. And yeah, I think Garland must have, because they've got one timeout remaining on the clock. So Garland did use their second timeout. So each team with one remaining. We've got 1:01 left in the game.
Garland might be able to get their hands on the football once again here.
Yeah, that may be what Coach Russell's thinking is third down play here. Cunning with the ball, trying to get outside. Now, if they pick up a first down, it's going to be game over. But, yeah, they stop him here. And I think, yeah, Garland used their final timeout. You may be right, Kevin. They want to maybe have one more crack at it here. You know, not necessarily anything more than to get Norwood a little bit more experience passing the ball as well. And, again, we'll keep it here. But, again, yeah, you know, really, Naaman Forest, great game here tonight as they have shut out the Owls. You know, with only 54 seconds remaining here in the game.
You know, they could still be pretty lethal before the year's out, Naaman Forest, because they lost some tough games earlier in the year, but, you know, real, I guess you would say, turnaround. And maybe Coach Perales can turn this into a Devalle High School, because I'm telling you, he had it going in El Paso. He had a heck of a deal. I was also by Devalle High School, and that is a classy, beautiful building.
Yep.
It really is. And so he didn't leave that for the heck of it. He left that with the idea of coming up here and winning some games. And they've done it.
Yeah, kicked Chauncey Carter at the 45, and going to try to see what he can get out of this, and he's going to go out of bounds just across midfield, and the Owl offense will have one more shot here with 43 seconds. Again, I think all Garland's trying to do, they've got a sophomore quarterback as well in Norwood, and probably just trying to get him a little bit more experience as well, as the game well in hand with only 43 seconds left.
Well, also get that 0 off the scoreboard if you can. You know, nobody wants to get shut out.
Boy, lost in all this, Kevin, perhaps too, is the game that the Garland defense played. You know, it's 17-0, but they kept Garland in the game all the way until midway through the fourth quarter. And
well, they kept slugging. They kept in there. They kept hanging in there. You know, came up with 2 key turnovers that helped them.
So here we go, 1st and 10 for Garland. There's a snap. Norwood looking to throw it. He's got time. He throws it out. He's got a man out there. The catch is made and then knocked out of bounds. And around the 24-yard line is number 18. That is Keelan Davis. A nice throw from Norwood on that one. Again, just trying to get the quarterback a little experience. You see Naaman playing way off.
First down, number 24.
Snap to Norwood, rolls to his right, looking to throw it. Here comes some pressure. He's going to roll out, try to get a little bit of yardage, but I think he runs out right where the sticks are. So 2nd down coming up. .31 seconds remaining in the game. There's a snap. Norwood this time rolls to his left, throws it deep. He's got a man out there, but that ball is picked off. Naaman Forest with the 3rd interception of the game.
Number 8, Arnold Irvin with the interception.
What nice interception, that time by number 8 of the Rangers, and that will seal the deal.
He was at a lull there, just waiting on that one, and yep, now you just got to take a knee and it's out of here.
25 seconds remaining, and as you said, the Naaman Forest Rangers will move to 3-1 in district play. Garland will drop to 3-2. That's 2 losses in a row for the Owls. Yeah, victory formation here, of course, for Naaman Forest.
Yeah, they got to feel pretty good about tonight's win, because they did enough good things out there to really. And I guess we're going to get another timeout here, Steve.
Yeah, Naaman Forest only had 10. They had a player coming on there at the end, but they had to use their final timeout. Owls move on next week to play Saxe. So that Garland-Saxe game will be an interesting. Saxe's had a kind of an interesting year in terms of, Mustang standards, and they're going to try to look to get things going at the expense of Garland. And really, that game, for Saxe next week, it's going to be a must-win for them. And on the other side for Naaman Forest, they will be home against the South Garland Titans. The game will be here at Williams Stadium, so those are the next 2 opponents for these 2 teams. Again, moving to the back half of district play, we're officially halfway there. Teams back on the field now, and again, all Perales will have to do is take a knee and run out the final 25 seconds for the Naaman Forest victory. And there we go, and both teams can now run to the 50-yard line and come across and shake hands. And a big win here for Naaman Forest tonight. As both teams coming across here to shake hands. We'll count down the final 5 seconds. A good win for Naaman Forest, especially on the defensive side of things. They really held a Garland Owl team in check. And they have come away with a victory tonight here at Williams Stadium. Our final score, Naaman Forest 17, Garland nothing. We'll see you next time on GRS TV.